Okay, so here we go with part 2. I'm still sitting out here in the thing, but that part was long enough. I had taken every kind of documentation, I mentioned that before, that I could think of. I had several letters from life insurance company, car insurance company, my bank, and they wanted it all. And I have here a birth certificate, and I had military discharge paper. They took both of those. My driver's license from Alabama, they wanted. And they declined my birth certificate. I had apparently had this folded up somewhere. I think I had it in my scuba diving stuff back when I used to scuba dive a lot. When you go into these islands, now I think you have to have a passport, but it used to be you could go to those islands down in the Caribbean with your birth certificate and a driver's license, and that was all you needed to get in there. I guess people didn't have a driver's license. If they had a state issue ID card or something like that, it'd be okay with a birth certificate. So this was getting pretty beat up, and I took it and put it in some laminate. But anyway, where there's a crease right here, they can't read an L that is in my last name. So even with all the other stuff that I had, they declined to give me a license today because they can't read that L in that crease. I knew there would be something because, I mean, that's just the way it is. But anyway, so I have to get a new birth certificate from Alabama. Now, I don't know how long that's going to take. The people were nice enough. The lady in there gave me a form with a number I can call in Alabama and a website in Alabama. So when I get home, I've got to go to the grocery store first. When I get home, I'm going to start on that project and see how long it'll take me to get a driver's license. To get this birth certificate back. And so all the other stuff is apparently done. If I go in there and show them a birth certificate, then the next person can photocopy that birth certificate, and then maybe they can get me on the road. But I'm glad I showed up early today, even though I was way too early, because I went back to the car when I found out that the place didn't open until 9 o'clock. And so come about 9:30, there was a pretty good line forming out there. So I decided, well, I'll go get out of the car and go get in that line. So I did that. So I got through the door at 9 o'clock. I probably had my number, which you'll see this paper. I'm going to show you that. I recorded a little bit in there, not much. But I had my number that they gave me. And so I was in there and back in the car in 30 minutes. Now, that one afternoon when I came, they said there was a 3.5 hour wait. So it'd be well worth your time. And I believe any government agency anywhere in the country, you're better off getting there a little early, I think, than you are waiting until the afternoon. But anyway, that's the end of that right now. Let me go get this stuff done, see what it's going to take to get this job finished. Adios. Okay, here we go again. Off back to the DMV. It has been exactly 1 week. Today is Wednesday, and it was last Wednesday that I was here for that episode 1. Now, I was really surprised at how quickly I got a copy of my birth certificate. Last Wednesday, I went online, and it wasn't real plain anywhere that you could order a birth certificate online. It gave me all the requirements they had to get a birth certificate when you went in to pick it up, and they wanted 2 IDs and all that to get a duplicate birth certificate there in Alabama. So I did finally find a place on there that you could go online and get the birth certificate, so I did that. Now, if you went into the office in Alabama, the birth certificate was $15. If you ordered it online, you had to go through this place, and now it's not in my head. I'll put it down at the bottom down here. It's called VitalChek or something like that. But anyway, they tacked another $15 charge on top of that, and then $9.50 processing fee. So for $39.50, I got the birth certificate mailed to my new address. And I'm not complaining about that at all. It would have cost me hundreds of dollars in gas and a motel room or 2 and all that stuff to go to Alabama to pick one up. So I'm tickled to death about that. But anyway, right now I'm on my way back to the DMV. And today is the day they don't open till 9 o'clock. Right now it's about 13 after, so I'm going to be early. I want to be. I'll go stand in line there for 30 minutes to get in to be one of the early people called. The only thing I want to find out today is if I'm going to get a driver's license or if they're going to find some other way to deny me. Because, I mean, they'll try, I believe. I think that's what they do at a DMV. And anyway, that's all for this. So I'll get back with you and let you know what happened. Okay, victory. Guess what this is? It's a Florida driver's license. Has an ugly picture on it and everything. What was that? It was $48 and something. Everything is expensive, man. I think my driver's license in Alabama for 4 years was $22, I think. Everybody's talking about Florida doesn't have a state income tax, but boy, they're sure getting that money back everywhere else. Okay, now here's a good one for you. I wanted to get a tag, which I didn't get a tag today. Well, I'm just going to do this now. I didn't get a tag, and I've never heard this one before, but I paid tax on this car in Alabama when I bought it. But Florida has a law that if a vehicle is under 6 months old, and I think today's the 6th, I'll have this car for 6 months, the 18th or something like that. So I had to set up an appointment for the 19th, because if I got a tag today, I would have to pay Florida sales tax on this car that I already paid in Alabama. But since Alabama sales tax was cheaper than the sales tax here in Florida, then they would subtract the amount of sales tax I spent in Alabama from the amount that I would have owed in Florida, and then I'd have to pay the difference, which was going to be over $400 and something. So by waiting, and she said it'd be 11 more days, but anyway, there was an appointment open for the 19th. So I have an appointment to get a tag. the 19th at 8:30 a.m. Which is fine. But I mean, here goes all that much more money again. And when I get here, the tag is going to be $300 and something. So, I mean, it's, let's get some money out of this stupid Alabama redneck. I mean, that's all there is to it. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this. I guess I'll do a part 3. See how hard it is for me to get a tag, because I'll have to get denied on that at least once, I'd think. So anyway, everybody enjoy your day and get your billfold out, your debit card, your credit card, and everything else, because people want it. Adios.